What's up YouTube, DMLX here today, here to bring you guys a review on Ant-Man and the Wasp. Does it live up to the previous film? Let's find out. After the events of Civil War, Scott Lang tries to balance his life as both a superhero and a father while being under house arrest. However, Scott is soon recruited by Hope Van Dyne and Dr. Hank Pym once again on an urgent new mission that finds Ant-Man fighting alongside the Wasp to uncover secrets from their past. First off, I gotta say, Ant-Man and the Wasp is a breath of fresh air when it comes from the heaviness of Infinity War and Black Panther. This film is fun and energetic, just like the previous Ant-Man. I really enjoy the creative use of the power of shrinking and enlarging objects, whether it's for comedic purposes or action sequences, specifically the moments where Ant-Man's at the school, the various chase sequences, and of course the fight scenes with Ghost, as well as other visual effects such as de-aging, because they use this effect to de-age Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne in flashback sequences. It really shows that the technology is improving over time, so it really makes me interested to see a young Samuel L. Jackson in Captain Marvel. And I gotta give praise to Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp, and even though the title of the movie says Ant-Man and the Wasp, it really should be the Wasp and Ant-Man because she really does take charge in this film. She's definitely more suited for combat compared to Scott Lang. Speaking of Scott Lang, Paul Rudd is a delight to watch on screen as Ant-Man, even though he does seem a bit incompetent from time to time throughout the film. I think it's mostly because of his malfunctioning suit. It's the personal moments with the character that I like the most, especially when he's interacting with his daughter, or even some of the funny moments where he's interacting with Jimmy Woo, who is an FBI agent and Scott's parole officer. And then there's Michael Pena as Luis, who continues to be a standout just like he was in the previous film. And that's all I pretty much liked about Ant-Man and the Wasp. The villains this time around were average at best. Ghost had really good motivations, but ultimately her development as a character just wasn't as strong as I would like it to be. And then there's Sonny Burch, played by Walton Goggins, who's pretty much a run-of-the-mill MCU evil businessman type character. Honestly, I don't think he needed to be in the film at all. I believe that the main focus was just on Ghost as the villain rather than having all these other side characters come in. I think there would have been a more compelling story to tell. Moving on, let's talk about the Quantum Realm, which was poorly developed. There's a lot of things that happen centering around the Quantum Realm that just happen and don't really get explained that well at all. And I was just left feeling like I had to accept what was going on. Especially when it comes down to the parts with Janet Van Dyne. I don't want to get into specifics because that leads into spoiler territory. I'm just going to say that the Quantum Realm left a lot of open-ended questions. And I believe the first half of the film was a bit slow, but right when we get into when Evangeline Lilly suits up as the Wasp, that's when the film starts to pick up. Also, the humor can be hit or miss from time to time, but then again, comedy is a very subjective genre to tackle, so your sense of humor may vary from mine. Overall, I would consider Ant-Man and the Wasp as part of the lower tier of Marvel films. To me, the film was just okay. I wasn't really moved by it. Yeah, it was a breath of fresh air, but honestly, it was probably my least favorite film of Phase 3. However, like its predecessor, Ant-Man and the Wasp does a really great job at developing creative ways of using the shrinking and enlarging powers when it comes to comedic moments and action sequences. The addition of Wasp was well worth the wait, but the story was lacking when it came down to the unanswered questions of the Quantum Realm, underdeveloped and wasteful villains, along with the film having a rough start with a okay finish. So I'm going to give Ant-Man and the Wasp a 6.5 out of 10. To me, it felt like a filler episode within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I didn't feel disappointed by the film, it just was average. Oh, and there are 2 post-credit scenes for Ant-Man and the Wasp. I recommend you just stay for the mid-credit scene. Forget about the last scene because it was already shown in the trailers. So there you guys have it. That's my review on Ant-Man and the Wasp. What are your thoughts on the film? And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps me out, and subscribe for more content from me on Ant-Man and the Wasp and other films in general. I'm DMLX. I'll see you in the future.